Hey guys, what we got? Sorry about the power outlook, Mark, and power outage. It's a bit of a nuisance. Hope it gets sorted soon. Hey Machine NZ, hey Tinker, hey Ian, hey Tommy Gun. Hey John. Here Tinker, we need to know what you caught. That's important. Yeah. Anyway, hey, welcome. Don't know if there's much to really talk about. Finally finished the trial out artwork for my channel videos. It's up there temporarily. It won't last there. It's going on the wall, I think, in the studio, but that'll do there for a little bit. So that's one thing that's happened this week. I've done a fair bit of artwork actually. It's an ongoing thing, and it looks like there's going to be a fair bit more, which is excellent. Really hot here. Been fairly warm today. It's muggy. We might get some rain, I hope. Hopefully the power doesn't drop out. What else? Got a magazine subscription today. I've tracked it down. It's got my name and address on it, and it says subscription paid in November 2019. Very dear friend David Few sent me a subscription for Christmas. That's a really nice thing to do. Haven't even had a look at it yet. It's the first time I've opened it today. I got it this morning and I'm like, yeah, today's been frantic at work, so I haven't even sat down with it. But that's a job for tomorrow, maybe, I hope. Or even tonight. We'll go and check out the video, Tinker. Yeah, the crickets are part of the deal here. What else has happened? I got this kit out. This has been in the cupboard. A viewer sent this up to me because he didn't think at that stage that he was going to be able to ever complete it. This is an Australian-made copy of a Stuart Turner 4 the 10V. Nice kit. They're shell cast castings, really nice castings. If you have a look, really top quality castings. Nice kit and good value for money. Everything's there. Gaskets, fittings, packing, screws, slide valve, all needs all the reversing gear. A steam chest, cylinder, steel crankshaft. Really top quality kit. A really nice gear, these. He's mucked it up and he sent it up to because he was a bit discouraged. I'm going to fix it and send it back. So that's this weekend's job. Mill come out of the chuck, I reckon, there, and has picked that up. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Come on, focus. There we go. So, hey Lisa, I don't need another model to build. Love Keith Appleton. Go and see Keith. He's a grumpy old Englishman, but he's worth a watch. He's not alone there. So I'm going to repair this and send it back and make him do it, because I think he's more than capable. He's built a couple of engines since, and he's got some equipment. So that needs some work. This too needs some work. This is a rebuild job. I'm going to spec this up, but I think he's taken too much off here and off here, and I'm not sure how that's bored, or whether it's bored square or whatever. So these holes here aren't really well lined up either. Just beginner things, and it's all fixable. So I'm going to do a video on sorting these out this weekend. Just measure them up, just check out where they do need some work, how square they are, how square the machining is, and we're going to plate this and this and this if we need to, or we're going to put a bush in there and clean it up. We'll see what happens, but these parts are definitely savable, and we'll sort that out. But as a project for him, not for me. I'm really not. I don't need another project. There's too many here already. So that's one job for this weekend. I hope, if I get time. It's Christmas weekend, so we'll see what we can find. New cutting mat in the workshop makes everything look professional and toolmakerish, along with the very best. Its appearance is what it's all about. I don't think it makes any difference to my work, but it's a pretty nice thing to have and keeps everything clean and it's easy to photograph on. So that was a huge expenditure. It cost me $2.80 or something. I've been meaning to tell you this. This was a mod that I did the other weekend, and I just haven't got to it. These are bench dogs. They pop up, push them down, and they're down flush with the bench. They're all adjustable. They've got little plates in the bottom that swing around so you can clean the swarf and stuff out of them. But they're just they lock like that. So they're brass. That's a new addition. And if you're scraping something, or you're hand filing, or you're working wood, it's very, very useful to be able to put something up against there and put a bit of pressure on it. So that's what they're about. It's a cutting mat. I haven't really tried it out, but it is sort of a self-healing cutting mat, I think it's called. I don't know what it's made out of. It's only a bit of lino or something, I guess. It's probably not anything particularly complicated. But we'll see. This one seems pretty hard, and it doesn't really, on a hot day, if you leave it off the bench here, it curls up, but it takes about an hour to settle down again. Come by this week. Poor thing. Really feel sorry for it. The panel is here somewhere for the. There it is. The panel for the smoke box. These are notoriously fast. This is it's junk really. It's a Metoy. English Metoy. Die cast, very, very basic clockwork. It's a copy, I guess, of the number 2 special, or the number 2 special O-gauge Hornby locomotive, which was pretty flash actually. Lots of bells and whistles. A really nice thing that was out of most people's price range. I guess I was named after a private school. So it was a little bit exclusive, and that's the market it was aimed at. But if you went into a model shop in the 40s and 50s and you thought, you might get a number 2, and that's what everyone wanted for Christmas. You'd probably come home with this because it was a lot cheaper and about 10% as good. As the couplers are basically just hooks. Front and back, it's got very basic levers. It has got a handrail. It's pretty rattly. This axle's not actually coupled or anything. This one's sort of got motion work that works on it. And apparently they were pretty fast. So nearly all of them you see have been run off the edge of the table too many times. So this needs some work. That's a clean up. It hasn't got a tender yet either. So it's going to sit around and clean up. I'm probably going to sell it. But at the price it was good, which is nothing. So that's another project. Yeah, it's a nice thing actually. I really like this. It's sort of makes you feel like you've got a clean bench again. What else? I finished these, which is pretty amazing. There's a video on these. You probably saw them as a close-up video with a bit more detail. Really nice. I did 3D print a knob to go on the Allen key for the handle. That's just got a slot there that sits down inside. It's a nice push fit. So we've got a pretty decent chuck key for that now, which is going to be just the thing. I think that's probably just what it needs. It's not a very big chuck. That's only a 532 Allen key. So that's something else I've done this week. That's one of the things that 3D print is really good for. And this has got about 1.8 at the maximum run out, and it's nice and parallel wherever you set the indicator on the work. So really pleased with that. This one's got no run out this way at all. It's pretty spot on round there. Run out this way is about 1 thou, 2 thou. So really happy with that too. I've drilled them right through, so they're 8mm all the way through, and they're, I think, 13 down to the end of the thread. So pretty useful things. I've done that. Boiler, how's the boiler coming on? Excellent question. One with no real answer. It's a project that's going to get a bit of love fairly soon, I hope. I actually went and bought some pickle this week, so I'm ready to go on that again. It's been sort of getting closer to the edge of the bench, and eventually I'm going to do this, but the main hold up, I think, really is this pipe that goes around in here for the superheater. It's pretty tight and difficult to bend round, so I'm looking for some sort of pipe bender, and I'm not sure what to buy yet, but probably we need something for that. Progress on the Stuart 400. Painted the piston pattern. That's all I've done. So that's finished. Oh, except for a lift out ring here, or a thread in here. So we're going to put a thread insert in it this weekend. That's sorted. I'd like to actually cast one of these as a trial in the next couple of weeks. Hey Malcolm. I think so, Tinker. I think the chucks are pretty good. I'm really pleased with that. Pickling with citric acid from the basically condiments aisle in the supermarket, because that's the easiest and cheapest and probably the least difficult to dispose of afterwards. So that's sort of what I'm doing. Drill trucks for the launch, Ian. Drill trucks, interesting. This I've got, this is a 1/2 inch keyless chuck. It's probably a bit big for the launch. I'd like a smaller one, but this is a launch taper, and I made this arbor for it. And this never let me down. It's a nice chuck. That's a, I think it's probably a Chinese chuck, but that's good. I had an expensive chuck, which I won in the raffle at the Summer Bash last year. It's a Precision Matthews. It's quite a big chuck. I've rehomed that. I put a thing on the Facebook YouTube Machinist group asking to swap, because it's a 5/8 chuck and a single piece Morse taper 3. It's not much good to me on anything. And Hal Pickering, who had an entry in the toolmaking competition a couple of years ago, awesome vernier marking gauge. He's made another batch of those and he swapped me one. So that's in the mail and I'm really excited about that. So there's 2 parcels have been swapped over. Pretty exciting. Hey Chirpy, JB. Good to see ya. Doing a project for Chirpy. This is one of those things that, you know, we really need to start another project. Now Chirp's here. We're going to put this on here. There's 2 little boilers. A bit of a look. They're not even real little. They're 2.5 inch diameter, 65 millimeters, something like that, 62.5. And they're about 6 inches long. Little horizontal water tube boiler. It's sort of, we're making them up as they go a bit. There's a very old article from Popular Mechanics or some engineering magazine or hobby magazine that Chirpy sent. Now, he also sent some castings, and go and have a look at his channel because he sort of has a bit of information on these. This is the little engine to go with these boilers. He sent the castings. I'm going to send him one of these boilers when it's done. We're getting there. We've got end caps ready to flange. We've got pipes all cut. We've got fittings made. It's been, I haven't sort of showed anyone too much of this, but we're getting there and still solder them up, and they won't take long to finish. So, Popular Science, Chirpy says. So yeah, they're out of Popular Science. There's a little single cylinder double acting oscillating engine. It's quite a nice design. He's done the patterns. Flywheel, we must have a bit of zinc or something, and there's some weight in that flywheel. And end caps, and the standard. So I'm going to do a job on this. I got a bit of stainless steel seamless tube, so we might actually put a sleeve in this and put a stainless sleeve, which is probably overkill, but it'll be nice. Put a bearing in this, do a good job of it. Flywheel's pure zinc. Little double acting engine like this should run without a flywheel, I think, is about where I'm at with it, but we'll see. We'll see how well it's designed, but I think that's what it should do. So that's a fun job, as it makes a little marine engine. We have a look. Something like this. It could be pretty good fun. And this boiler I probably be good enough to run a bit bigger engine as well. So that's cool. More about that soon. I'm going to do a video in these, but I'm not going to do any step-by-step stuff. When they're finished, I'll post a video on how they're made and what the steps were and what they're all about. And I might do a couple of videos on making this, but it's not a huge job, and we're going to refine it a bit. Refine it a bit from what the actual drawings and pictures were. How's that going, Lisa? Have you got Mini running yet? Just sort of throw that out there, take the pressure off me. This is really pretty boring. There's not much that's happened here. I've been working. I've sort of had 2 days off and went back to a new job. And I've been there all week. So I'm going to be there till probably Saturday night, and really enjoying that. That's awesome. It's really making my day. Hey, David. The boiler's expensive bit, and these are all bits that I had laying around, so it won't take much to knock them up, and there's nowhere near as much heat required for them as there is for this. So this one, it's a little bit more complicated and a little bit more involved than these little pot boilers. These are a weekend job. There's a bit of work in this from the next stage. Don't know, there's not really very much else. What's everyone making? That's awesome, Lisa. Make a video. JB's just out from work. Chirpy's either been to bed or not been to bed. Tinker's been fishing. Tommy Gun's been messing with electric motors. Good video. Machine NZ hasn't produced a video on his new boiler yet for his steam engine, but I guess that's coming. John's been making cool stuff. Mark Osborne's got power out. Is the power back on yet? You will live in Sydney. I certainly will, Ian. I certainly will. That's pretty exciting. John bought a TIG torch. Boxing Day. Very good question, Mark. I'm working. I'm going to be exhausted, and it's probably going to be a late night. I'm going to say that we're probably not. So I'll put a community post up about that sometime during the week. But at this point, that's a really good point. I don't think there's going to be a live stream next week. I really don't, because I'm sort of struggling to. I'm going to be struggling to get through that day, because Boxing Day is crazy for us, and I'm probably going to work late. So thanks for that. And yeah, happy Christmas. I hope Santa brings everything that you want. I've bought an oven. It won't be here for Christmas. I'm hoping that it's here second week in January, something like that. I'm not sure it will, and it's really not a big deal. I've still got to make a cabinet for it, and I've got to find somewhere to put it, and I've got to wire some PowerPoint in over there, all that sort of stuff. So that'll happen at some point, but I really hope that it happens soon, because I'm looking forward to it. That was my Christmas present, and that's about all I've got. And that's cool. I did get a magazine subscription. I expect there'll be a Secret Santa somewhere from the YouTube Machinist group on Facebook. I sent mine off, and I think it was well received. I hope it was. I posted some pictures on other parts of the internet, if anyone's seen it. You have a good Christmas. It's been a crazy year. I've done so much. I've achieved quite a lot. I've done a lot of hard work. I've spent a lot of money. And I think I've come out of it in a better place than I've gone into it. So I'm really happy about that. And I hope everyone else can say the same. If you can structure your life so you've got toys and time to play with them, and money for projects, and you don't have to worry about where things are coming from, or what you've got to do to get to the next step, then you've made it. And I feel this week like I'm getting close to that. Used to subscribe to it. Dad subscribes to it. I haven't for a while. I used to look at it in the newsagent like that, sort of. But this is no longer sold in news agencies, so it's really nice to have a subscription. The problem with getting a subscription to this is that you tend to get inspiration and fired up for other projects, and I really don't need new projects. That's something I don't need. That's just a bit crazy, the thought of even starting anything new at the moment. So there we go. Anyway, no, Ian, I don't need new projects. I've got plenty to do. I really do. I want to get this to the foundry as a matter of urgency. I want to get these sent away over, one of these sent away overseas. I want to get the electric motor on the mill and the VFD. That's sitting here under the bench. Really got to just bolt it all up and wire it up and screw some things on the wall. I need to chase up some cutters. I think the cutters I bought for my pantograph engraver have gone missing. I haven't seen them. They haven't turned up, so I'm going to have to chase up some more. Yeah, there's a million projects already. I don't need any more. I'm on to that, Chirpy. I'll send you an email. I think I've got that sorted. Yeah, I don't think that'll be a problem at all. A helper to do this would be fantastic, but I'd still do it. How expensive is it to get castings like that? Like which? Castings like this, you've got to know someone, and you've got to be able to say, hey, look, I can do something in return. That's awesome. You can do really nice work with something like this, and I really appreciate where they've come from. And you go and have a look on Chirpy's channel for a video on making them. Castings like this, I don't know. Clark Easterling is doing them in Mississippi. Great guy. I've been in contact with him all through the project. Really nice guy. He's going to pour them. I don't think I know what he wants. I don't think he's going to put a price on them. I think I'm just going to have to send some money. So at this point, yeah, it's a difficult question. But I would say that if you went to buy an engine kit of any sort of this sort of size and involvement with iron castings, the kit would cost you for the castings probably about $600-700 US. I don't think that these will cost me that much, but I've done the work instead on the patterns and things, and I think there's that much in them. And I think probably if I was to sell a set, they would be geared towards about probably a set of castings for this engine for the Stuart 400, $800 or $900. I think you would have to get for them, including postage. Yeah, you need to sell a kidney. And I would say the reason that this 400 has been discontinued is because even the ones that you have to sell, the Stuart engines that you have to sell a kidney for, have nowhere near as much metal in them as this does. This is a big engine. So to my mind, on my mind, it's probably a $700 engine without even thinking about getting some of your money back for your patents. It's pretty crazy. I don't think you would ever get your dollars back for the patents on something like this, because no one's, I mean, I'm going to sell, if anyone's really interested, I might sell another one. But the reality is that it's a big, ugly, out-of-date engine that hasn't really, no one really identifies with, because it's something that Stuart Turner made in the 20s and no one's ever seen one. So if I was making castings to sale and I wanted to do an engine kit to move on at a profit, this is not what I'd pick, because I don't think anyone would buy one. But Clark will do these, and I'm guessing I'm up for the postage, and there's things that I intend to do to help him out. So I've worked that out, what it's going to cost me, but I'm sort of thinking I'm going to be $400-500 into it by the time I pay for castings and pay for postage. So there you go. And that's put me on the spot, but that's where I think you'd have to be for a set of castings for this. I've got the base casting, I've got the flywheel done, I'm already probably a couple of hundred into it. Yeah, there's cores, there's core boxes, there's a big box of wooden patterns to go away, and there's a big box of cast iron to come back. Anyway, I'm going to call that a night. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope it's not too boring. We might give it a miss next week. Don't expect a live stream next week. I'll put something on a community post there if anyone actually reads those. I think people do. And the week after I'll be back, we might have some new stickers. I hope the stickers are up. That's the other thing. The stickers are up. or the stickers are at the printers, so hopefully they'll be back. I'm going to send some stickers out post haste to fund postage for stickers. Not even so much the cost of the stickers. I'm aware the cost of the stickers, but I'd like to get some of the postage back to send these out to people. I've put a t-shirt campaign up, and I know that the week before Christmas is a really rotten time to do that. And I don't expect you to jump up and down tonight and buy a t-shirt, but have a look at what's there. I really like the designs. I think they're really nice. I've done the design work and I'm really pleased with them. Have a look. This is a way to support me sending out stickers to people. And if you buy a t-shirt, let me know and I'll send you some new stickers. And it's a way to get some of those dollars back that I'll spend on postage. So you get something out of it. You get a nice, good quality t-shirt and or a mug or whatever you want. And there's bigger sizes there, and there's ladies t-shirt as well. And I get to post out some stickers to people who'd like to have them. So you're doing a great thing. But the link's down in the description. So, hey Scott. So anyway, that's that. That's about all I can add. So I'm going to say good night. Take care and be kind to each other.